So let's talk about what is happening in as we are year to date with home prices, something everybody wants to know. Home prices and sales. What's happening in the Metroplex? I'm looking at the four major counties: Tarrant, Dallas, Denton, Collin. Okay, we can see that back last year, the median sales price was 409. Today we're sitting around 402, about 1%, 1.5% less in values than we were year over year. And we still have 19 more days of selling, so this might change a little bit, but nonetheless, this might give you kind of an idea of where we're standing today. What about sales? So last year in Dallas-Fort Worth area, we had a little bit over 77,000 sales. This year, we're going to probably be around 60, so a little over 68,000 sales in the Metroplex. Percent change, 12%, a little over 12% less sales. Okay. Now, for those of you that are in more of our market area, if you know where that is, we call it the Alliance Corridor. I want to kind of really zone in on for a lot of my clients in this area. Let's take a look at the North Fort Worth Alliance area on the Keller side, aka the east side of 35. Your median sales price last year was 415. Today, you're sitting around 406 and a half, about 2% less value year over year as we stand today. Sales a little over 1,000 last year. We're at 718 right now. Going to be a little bit more, obviously, but if we are year to date, we're at almost 30% less sales. That's significant. We're going to talk about that here in a bit more. For those of you in the Alliance area on the Hazlitt side, the west side of 34, your median sales price last year, 412 and a half. This year, you're at 406 and a half, about 1.45% less in value year to date or year over year. And the sales, a little over 1,000 sales last year, this year at about 981. Not as significant as the east side of 35. We're going to talk about that. You're at about 12% less sales. Nonetheless, we knew that sales were going to come down, the number of sales, because interest rates have been where they are. We expected that. We expected some slight fluctuation in our home prices, okay? The difference in the sales between these two areas, and let me explain this to you, is this side in the Keller area, guys, those of you over here, you're landlocked pretty much. There's not a whole lot of new construction that's happening, right? Whereas over here on the Hazlitt side, there's a ton of new construction that's happening. And believe it or not, let me tell you this, 33% of our home sales in this year have been new construction. That's significant for the Dallas-Fort Worth area, 33%. That's why Hazlitt side has a little bit more, because that's where they're able to build. They have more sales there. They're not as impacted on their sales. Now, let's talk a little bit about that home value. You saw it come down. Does that concern you? Put your comments below. Shoot me an email back. Send me a text. I don't know. I'd like to hear what you think. Does it concern you? Does it concern me? For the most of you that know me, know that I went out and just bought a house last week. It doesn't concern me if that gives you any indication on the long run. Because if we look at the long run of owning real estate, values will appreciate. And we had a whopping, wow, some unicorn years with appreciation that was just insane over the last couple of years. So the fact that it came down, at 1.5%, average sales price $400,000, as you could see, somewhere around 400. So it came down $6,000 when we appreciated $100,000, $200,000 on an average home. In the grand scheme of things, doesn't concern me. But you got to stay tuned for our 2024 forecast next month to hear more about what is going to actually happen come that time. So that is where we're standing out on value-wise, sales-wise. Tune in 2024 next month, see what's going to happen next year. Let's get to what